so I can't transfer it to Bitcoin money anyway. So Greg is working from home. Naturally, he's out at Costco while working from home. So Greg's crushing it today as well. All right, Cease. I do want to talk a little bit about JK Dobbins and what this means. So he came, had dinner, hung out, was at the facility, and no deal was done. What does that mean to you? Did they lowball JK Dobbins? Does JK want to continue to test the market, see if any other teams are interested? What went wrong in the meetings yesterday?
Yeah, it was interesting to note. We went to the Healthy Swings event last night. Unfortunately canceled. They did raise $185,000.
That's awesome.
For guide dogs, for veterans with the PTSD. So fantastic. Great job, Court. Great job, Alex Singleton. We got some Singleton audio to play for you later. But in just kind of nosing around a little bit with fellow media members, and saw our guy Mike Kliss.
Yeah, what up, Mike?
Scotty Gange out there as well. The feeling is that the Broncos didn't lowball J.K. Dobbins, but they just gave him about what the Chargers would. And that stupid tender, whether it's $3 million or $1.6 million or whatever the number is.
1.6 is what Mike told us.
Yes, 1.6 is what I'm going to go with. And I believe, just based on my guess, the Broncos offered him 1.6. So it's not a lowball offer. It's just what the market is for him. And, you know, he may look to wait until training camp, because if somebody goes down with an injury in training camp, and I don't want to name a name for a team because that's bad karma.
That's bad voodoo.
But someone gets banged up. Now all of a sudden J.K. Dobbins isn't making $1.6 million. He's making $5 million. So it's smart on his part, and there's really no reason. The Broncos have interest. There's no doubt. There's no question. Why do they have interest? That's a conversation. They have interest at a certain price. J.K. Dobbins has interest at a certain price. Their price isn't together. It doesn't mean it can't come together. It just means right now is not the right time to sign J.K. Dobbins. Unfortunately, as exciting as that would be right here before mandatory, right here before the break, before training camp, it's just they offered him about 1.6 if I were to guess. Mm-hmm. And he said, let me think about it.
And so you and I were kind of talking about it last night at the UC Healthy Swings event of, all right, if you put yourself in J.K. Dobbins' shoes, what's the amount of money that you have to earn over what the Chargers have already promised you to pick up and move everything? Now, I don't know JK's personal life. I don't really care about his personal life, to be honest, but that's a part of it, right? Moving and setting up and all. Right. If he has the family and the wife and the kids and all that stuff, even if he doesn't, it's still a pain in the butt to get up and do that. And if you have a bunch of money, maybe $100,000 isn't enough for you to want to pack up and ship everything your entire life from Los Angeles to Denver. And who am I to tell you that you're wrong for that? It's your choice, your money. But we wonder what that number looks like. Would they have offered $2 million? You know what I mean? Get up over $400,000. Is that enough for him to ship everything out to Denver and be a Bronco? I don't know. That's something that JK is going to have to do. And I like what you said too. He does have a little bit of luxury of time here. You don't have to make a decision right now and put yourself in a spot where you go, all right, I'm playing with the Broncos. Yeah, we have some chance to win some football games, but as you said, X player just got hurt, and I could have earned an extra $2.5 million this year.
Yeah, it's June 6th, and the Broncos have not signed J.K. Dobbins. What about August 6th? That's a week into training camp. That means your pads are already on. That means, what? Estime fumbled again? Get J.K. on the phone. And what about September 6th, right? So right now he's not signed. It doesn't mean they won't sign him. The interest is there. The price has to be right, and the motivation has to be right. If they felt more motivated, and this kind of is a good thing for Estime, even though he was taking handoffs from Sam Ehlinger, that's not good.
Not good at all.
But a good sign is if he was terrible, then they would have made this move. Estime needs to show him more. He needs to get the pads on, honestly. I mean, when Sean Payton talked about the opportunity that Estime is going to have, I don't think he was talking about the regular season. I think he's talking about like leading up to the regular season. Okay. He's going to get the opportunity. He's going to get those carries. And at the end of the preseason, if Estime had, let's say, like 30 carries in 3 games, which is a lot for the preseason, That's enough. That'll do, pig. Like, that's enough. That's enough. And it could be enough for the team to decide we need J.K. Dobbins or we don't need J.K. Dobbins. And unless someone gets banged up with another team, Dobbins is probably going to be out there. Streets are cold, man.
Yeah. Here's what Sean Payton said about adding a player like J.K. Dobbins to his roster.
Yeah, he's coming in. I think he got in last night. I think he's in the building, or he's going to be in the building here pretty soon. We'll have a chance to visit with him, and then we'll see where it goes. You know, another good football player that we've seen firsthand, I've seen for a while, you know, just the importance of that position group. We really like the group right now we're working with. It's just another opportunity to possibly bring in another good football player to help us win.
All right, and he did that a little bit yesterday, too. Like, he's downplaying it quite a lot. And look, I think technically now that we know what the result is, he's not here. That's the right play from Sean Payton. You don't want to get overly excited. You even said it yesterday. Like, I got to temper some temper emotion here of like, it's a great fit. I don't know anybody that was like, screw J.K. Dobbins. You don't even need him.
Right.
I told you yesterday, I dated a girl named J.K. Ended terribly, and I was still in on this signing. I was still in on this. But it is hard to just not get super excited about a guy like J.K. Dobbins coming to a Broncos backfield where he'd have the most experience and the most proven player at that position.
Well, good thing the Broncos aren't going to sign a back named Crystal, so.
They were both screwed.
No, she was not a dancer. For those out there like, what? Mercedes?
Yeah, right.
Diamond? Crystal? No.
Diamond to the stage. That's what you were thinking there.
Yeah, show him some love. I had a buddy of ours, I won't put his business in the streets. He wanted me to be a strip club DJ because he owned a strip club.
Yeah.
And he was like, you should come be a DJ. I'm like, I'm trying to get going in the media. Like, hey, there's that Cecil Lammy guy on the fan. Oh, I also heard him up there on Federal.
Yeah.
So show him some love.
Well, if this thing doesn't work out, we got something to fall back on.
I suppose, yeah.
So with JK coming around and then leaving, Sean just said it. It's an opportunity to add a great player. He didn't necessarily speak on the running back room. That's something I want to kick around a little bit later. So, like, are they in the market for a running back now? Or was it just JK that had caught the eye of one Sean Payton? One quick text from Alex. This is very nice, Alex. Appreciate you for saying this stuff. Says, hi, Tribe leaders. I really appreciate the way you guys handle sports and news discussions while also getting along and having a great time. You're a blessing to your listeners. It's the other way around, but we appreciate that. You guys are a blessing to us here on this station and specifically this show. And yeah, we say it all the time. Fit, Cecil talked about it in the NFL. Well, it matters in radio, too. It matters in life with your relationships. And I know I'm certainly not trying to stab you in the back or get you fired like some other folks, so you and I are tight.
Well, I'm certainly not going to tweet about the Nuggets like I'm Jonah Park, so we're good.
You and I are rolling on a Friday. All right, Cease, let's keep it going. Like I said, we will revisit that JK conversation because I do want to talk about what it means for the Broncos and that room. But Evan Ingram spoke to the media for the first time, so let's hear from the Joker, right? Why did he pick the Broncos, and how does he feel about being titled that Joker?